Hey guys, we're back. We're at an impasse. Remember that word, impasse? I don't know really what it means, but I think it means there's no way out of this thing without doing some sort of other thing. So, it's called Plan B. If anyone ever switched to Plan B, I'm your Plan B guy. If Plan A doesn't work, you need to call me, because I am the Plan B. That's what I see myself. Plan B is really the plan, because we all got a plan. But when it doesn't go your way or doesn't go that way in the good way that you want, I hope, then the way that you hope to want, or want to hope, in other words, like, look, what's wrong with having a bit of hope? Have we lost all that? Have we lost that hope in first of all, in humanity and others? Do we feel like we really don't believe what people tell us anymore? We just don't believe a word they're saying because we fear being misled, even by ourselves. It's just tricky, isn't it? Like, do you listen to people? Do you listen to experts? I don't know. Should we? Do we need to revisit all these things that we call expert knowledge and say, listen, is that really expert knowledge? Can we upturn this slightly and say, maybe it needs revision or it needs a little bit of tweaking at least, Look, a lot of things are going to benefit people and a lot of things won't. So we have to balance out what we spend our time on, and first thing I think is, hey, tell people straight away, because look, I may not be able to do a thing about what the hell's going on, but someone else might have a completely better objective view of what is going on, Maybe no one knows what's going on, and this is what I sometimes think, and that's why I understand the lack of faith people have in others. But the thing is, I'd love to be able to grow that thing. I'd really love to grow that bare fruited tree back and say, look how beautiful this tree is when you just give it what it needs. Give it the care and the love that tree needs, and that tree will blossom again. It will flower, be that beautiful thing it was intended to be. How much have we seen just get twisted and distorted and change? That this whole trend of doing up your face plastic, guys, you really, I'm sure you're beautiful inside, Do you really care if you don't look like, a supermodel? Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, we're doing some tricky accounting today, so we're trying to keep up, but we are also aware that we must go out of our plan. We had a plan A. Now this is Plan B, and Plan B is going to be great because that's the one I'm doing. Plan B is going to work because I'm on it, whereas I was on Plan A. It didn't work. Now I'm not on Plan A anymore. I've sacked myself from Plan A, and now I'm on full-scale Plan B version of what I'm doing today. Just today. Everything's for today. I couldn't find any interesting lives. Man, that's why you got to come to our house, bro. Survival club. You want to stay alive? Just come and stick with me. Tell everyone to come here. I don't mind. We'll come to yours. I don't mind. Let's do that. Got a bit to do, but I'll get through it, I never worry too much about having things to do now, because I think you'll get there at the time when it comes. Sometimes we are anticipating things in the future that are going to affect us, but the thing is, don't let it affect you now. If that's one thing I've really got to get across, that if you've got something stressful in the future that you must attend and go to, right? I think what you got to do is not worry about it so much, like as in worry, but rather do something that will alleviate that worry now. Like say, what would clear things up so that you'd be more optimistic, more hopeful for that thing not to be as bad as you think it would be, you know? But look, life is all about, you know, resisting pain and looking for pleasure. But then we know how much a mess people get into seeking pleasure. That kind of hedonism is not recommended. You know, you've got to balance these things out, you know, really between really you got to balance out all these pleasures and pains, because it's something that you can't let one overpower the other. You kind of have to have a bit of both. That's what I think. Yeah, I think you need a bit of both. You cannot live on one or the other of those. It's like a bit like having bread and water. You just can't have just bread, and you can't just have water. You know, you need a bit of both. So, what do you think? Anyway, we're gonna take a detour here because we've you know, Plan B is still trying to find its shape right now, because I've got to come at this thing right. Anyway, I've got to come at it just right. Now, on the one hand, we're balancing out trying to be happy, and on the other side, saying trying not to be sad. Which one of these can we give strength to, right? It's a no-brainer. But what are the details of that? You know, and listen, this is where I come into it. Like, you need that whole thing deconstructed. Right? You need a step-by-step. I know, and you know what? I want to do that. I want to really help in a constructive way, and that means one by one, putting in those foundations that need to be there for the future. That's all. Like, listen, if today's no good, it means the future's no good. You've got to make today good, otherwise the future won't be. We must do something today. That's what I must empower you all to be, that person who does something today, because tomorrow won't come. It really won't. It really won't. If we don't do today properly, this could be the last day. So every morning I reset myself. Thank you for another chance. Thank you for this one chance to do it again. I get to do it again. What? I get to do my life again all day? Yes, you get to be you all day. How great is that? I mean, you've got to really see it as a gift. I mean, we never opted in. All we can do is opt out, but we can't opt back in. Think about it. You're one of the living, you know, you're one of the living people in the world, and the universe needs you, and I mean you, yes you. Everyone matters. Every single person, every single living thing matters to the big picture, okay? I know we've heard a lot about big picture, but I would urge you to make that picture even bigger than you thought it was, because there are a lot of unknowns at work, and some of the people I've met have taught me this. They've taught me about all those unknowns that are at work out there.